Oh, okay, so it's recording.
All right.
The DVR
Why don't you
is
just stay
getting
here?
level.
Just switch the two.
Okay. Okay, so we're back.
Okay, we are
A
finally.
few little technical difficulties here.
Like
so,
this is the first time that's ever happened, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that we've had those kind of problems.
So it's actually, let's see, it's
Today is the 8th,
The 8th,
January
Wednesday.
8th, and we are finally back from the holiday vacations.
holidays. Yeah.
And again, I'm Larry Talbot with Larry Talbot Solutions.
I'm Bob Snow with Design Factor Graphics.
Okay,
And Jim should be probably popping in.
yeah, he should be here about 20 minutes ago, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll handle that from here.
Okay, so I guess I'm doing the switching now from the laptop from
Right.
the thing here. So we're going to.
Okay, I can do a couple things.
You want to go adjust that camera?
I think I will. Why don't you go ahead and.
And we'll go back to 2. And then actually mine you could bring up a little. There we go. Oh, get a nice shine on top of my head there.
There is a lot of that going around. Let's see.
Okay.
All right.
So a little rough start to say. We had to
Now we're
kind of came in to start and the whole rack was all unplugged and
Yeah.
so we had to do
The
it quick.
holidays, everybody took a break in the holidays,
Yeah.
including this whole studio. So, yeah, we
Yeah.
had a whole, a lot of things that have been switched out. So,
So,
you get any good toys over the holidays? Just out of curiosity.
actually, no, not much.
No.
Didn't do much.
yeah,
don't know if you got
the only
anything.
thing I got is that I got a Chromecast, one of those Google's Chromecast. It's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it's a $35 unit that plugs into your TV, and
Basically, it's the internet on your TV.
that's right, yeah. And so it allows you to not only go to the internet, but you can also, go to YouTube and Hulu Plus and Netflix and those kinds of things. So it brings everything up on the big screen, which is kind of nice. So that worked out. Well, but that was about the only toy that I got. So no matter how
Yeah,
much I asked
yeah.
for more, it just didn't work, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that new car thing just never
that was
works
good.
out every time. So
I just kind of took a break a little bit.
yeah.
That's, so.
Well, that's good. Well, it's
I do have some things to show.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if I can bring them up at the same time as I'm running TeamViewer.
all right. Well, again, if you leave it there,
I think I
Yeah.
can. So
okay.
one of them I'll bring up a little bit later. I have to go and get some
All right.
little links, but I found this little list of sites. It's things you can do if you go into Google search
Right.
that pulls up like odd little things.
That could be dangerous, though, depending on what you have.
Well, one
okay.
of them actually is, well, let's see if I can
All right.
bring it up on my thing here. I am going to, let's see if this,
Okay.
okay, well my browser isn't working now.
Why don't you? Do you need the internet?
Yeah, it shows I got the internet, but
Okay. All
let me
right.
try this.
Strange
got
things.
Google.
How did you find these strange things that you were going to go ahead?
I
on?
get stuff on the, just go on the internet and trip around, and this one was
really?
a bunch of, one of them is, yeah, it's not, it says I'm attached, but I'm not. And it could be because I'm running, I know a couple of them off the top of my head, and let's see, are you running?
Let's see.
Let's see,
Yeah, I don't
external,
think-
let's see if I can
See if you can find me.
get your computer here. It's not showing it.
always something, you know.
For some
Always something.
reason. So I can.
It doesn't make any difference. I'm not connected anyway, so that's just
What's that?
I'm not connected to the internet.
And this you have to kind of see it to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But there was a couple other news stories. I can't pull up the pictures right now, but more science stuff.
Okay.
And I think this is. I was just checking out. I think this isn't real new technology, but I was looking at solar stuff, solar
Oh, right.
collectors and panels and stuff.
Yes.
Well, somebody came up with this idea, and they said it actually collects 30% more energy than the regular flat
panels.
solar.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I saw the picture. It's these big, giant glass marbles.
Marbles meaning
It's just a
Like-
glass sphere.
right.
And apparently the light goes into it, directs it into the middle, and they have some way of capturing that energy. So the
Let me
pictures.
see what it looks like. So you're saying it's circular, but when you say marbles, do you mean
Not
the
a
marbles?
marble.
Okay, a marble as
It's
if
like, or a crystal ball.
okay.
And the picture I saw, I mean, the thing was like,
Yeah.
3 feet in diameter on this. And I don't know why it would have to track the sun. I think maybe it's coming through like a magnifying glass
Yeah.
and pinpointing it. And so whatever's capturing that pinpoint as the sun moves, it probably,
Okay.
the collector. But
Because that was the
apparently-
problem when I looked into solar for my house. My roof was not pointed in the right direction. And so the panels go onto the roof, and say if the sun's coming over here, then it'll just reflect off. So if this will go ahead and redirect it into, almost like focus it, right? Is that
Yeah, this one, the picture, and I wish I could bring it up. I have more notes. But it was just on a rooftop, and it was, I forget who designed it, but I mean, I haven't seen this in regular media or anything. So I don't know if it's out there. This is, whoever was working on it, it's been working on it for a year or a couple of years.
okay?
But I mean, if that works, I mean, that would be pretty crazy seeing all these.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Kind of all those directional things. Yeah, well, it doesn't sound like it's on the market yet. At least they need to work on their advertising if it does, because it sounds like
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a specific company. I mean, I would think once the idea is out there, you're going to get these people, industry just,
right.
okay, you're using like a glass,
Yeah, right. And then somebody's going to trademark it, and everybody else is going to complain that or the original company is going to complain
Yeah,
that it's already been taken over. Well, okay.
This is odd. I don't know why I can't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, while you're working on that, there was a couple things that are going on this week that I wanted to talk about. There is the Computer Electronics Show.
Yeah, I've been seeing notes on
Have you been
that.
watching that? Okay.
Well, I just see the little news feed
Right.
things.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd say now today is Wednesday, and I think this is actually the first day of the official conference. It
Yeah.
kind of started earlier in the week.
I know they've had, because I saw it.
Yeah, they have like
one
press
kind of a-
releases, right? Oh, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, they were giving a presentation for Samsung. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. What happened was that Samsung was pushing their
It's like a
their
big curved
four-
screen.
yeah, it's a curved screen, right? And they brought in anyway. One of the people they brought in was Michael Bay, who is a filmmaker, and he had to go ahead and talk. And he had a teleprompter, right, which was supposed to be pushing the Samsung
Yeah.
product, and then the teleprompter broke.
Well,
Well,
I
it's-
read a note,
it went
yeah,
out,
on his website he posted, and okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some network glitches I think
Okay.
because it's freezing up on my screen here. So yeah, but what had happened? Apparently everything was like pretty well choreographed.
Right.
And something happened where he jumped in sooner than he was supposed to.
Oh, was that what it was?
And then the teleprompter got off and he was trying to ad lib and he couldn't remember. And
Right.
he just, basically, he was very apologetic. He goes, I just
Okay. Just
couldn't.
choked. Yeah, I don't know
just
how else to
choked,
say
you
it, but
know,
you
and,
just say he choked. Yeah, it was. It was kind of sad. He says, "Well, I'll just wing it," but then it must be that like I say, it was choreographed, and he was trying to describe a product that really wasn't his, right?
Yeah.
So he was trying to push Samsung's product. Anyway, so yeah.
But I guess he is still going to go on like a tour promoting the
Oh.
product because he really believes in it. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I know that that's what he was.
But that was one of the, but you have some other things.
Yeah.
to
Well,
talk
it was just a couple of things that I noticed. I was trying to just to kind of get down into chewable pieces as to what seems to be going on at the Computer Electronics Show and what's the latest gadgets that they're pushing. And it looks like one of the things is the wearable technology.
Oh,
right?
okay, right.
So you got the Google Glass that started out, and they have it to a select number of people. But now they are coming out to other wearable technology, like watches are one of the main things, right? But in addition, they have jewelry and clothes, and the clothes are supposed to kind of sense which way you're turning to do something. And I don't know, I have enough trouble on this stupid thing to try to go ahead and do stuff. I can imagine going on a watch and saying, oh yeah, I'm browsing right now. I can't imagine that. So yeah, it was.
Okay, I'm going to check out a team viewer now.
Okay.
And,
yeah, since we do have Jim here.
yeah, Jim's there. And see if I can get my browser to come up. But,
Okay. So anyway, yeah, while you're doing that, I just want to kind of go through that. So this wearable technology is something that they think that it's going to sell. I don't know. Again, I think it's going to take some time before that develops. It looks like they're going to be. They actually reserved an area in the Computer Electronics Show to do all this smartphone stuff or smart watch kinds of things. But again, I don't know if that's ready yet. I do understand though that Google Glass, they plan to open up more to the public in 2014. So I'm sure they're going to try to stay ahead of. Everything goes around. Try to stay ahead of whatever's happened with anybody else.
Yeah.
But,
well, that Google Glass thing, I did see there's already I think it's a bar or something in Seattle. Has already got big signs posted. No Google Glass allowed inside. Because they're like, people come in there and they don't want to be broadcast.
That's true. Yeah,
So
they don't want to be looking at those things. So anyway, there's a couple other things that seem to be pushing at the Computer Electronics Show. One is 3D printing. Now, I don't know if you've seen anything. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's like you say, I want to print something, and then it starts printing. What does it do? Start printing layers? I mean, you put the original layer in here.
Yeah, what it does, and they've got some cool stuff I've seen with those.
Oh, really?
And they're actually getting reasonable price, the little ones. There's the ones that I've seen or first saw was, I forget the name I saw it at the Maker Faire a number of years ago. So what it is it's just actually, it's like let's say you printed on a clear piece of acetate.
Okay.
And your inkjet printer's printing in certain spots. Well, if you printed up 5,000 of those, but they all had a little bit different design, so they were all connected, that's what it's essentially doing. So it's making a pass here. Like let's say you wanted a circle around. It would start printing small here and then print the whole surface, keep printing. And then when it gets up here where the hole is, well, it only prints over here and only prints over here.
Okay.
So it's printing on top of itself.
But when it's 3D printing, does it actually mean that it's not printing ink? It's printing.
It's printing.
Some solid stuff.
You buy it. It's like plastic, like a fiber.
Oh, okay.
And there's different colors, different thicknesses. So it's feeding that into it.
Okay.
And it's feeding it out. So instead of printing with ink, it's this melted, like plastic synthetics thing. Because I've seen them actually. It's been around for a little while.
Okay.
But they've actually started doing printing with where they'll take like metals, like let's say aluminum or something, and it's in I forget, not epoxy, but something where the powder is sitting in this, I can't think of the word right now. But so when it prints with it, by the time it's done, it's actually metal. So you can, like jewelers, once they have a dime for rings, they can print out rings and parts. So
what you walk away from is a structure or something, right?
Yes, yeah. And they've actually, guys have been working where they're taking like granite powder and putting it in like this polymer substrate,
Okay.
right? And they're printing sculptures. So when
Oh.
it's done, it's actually like stone.
So how high does it get? I mean, that
Well,
must take forever,
this
right?
is their experimental, but they can get. I mean, these guys are projecting into the future,
Right.
but they're saying if you get, I mean, you've seen like big flatbed printers
Right.
that are big. They're talking building ones, frames that are huge. They said they could print structures.
Wow.
So you just have that print head shoot this way 15 feet,
Okay.
And then-
And then it just keeps rising as
and
the
it just
thing.
keeps rising. And so one of the interesting things in one of the stories that I saw was they were talking about parts warehouses and stuff. Let's say parts for your printer.
All right.
You know, if you could give, or even your cars and other things, you've got like plastic gears and stuff in appliances. There's no need to manufacture them, have a bunch in storage. If you've got this 3D printer, you say, oh, here's the part, print it out.
And it's actually, well,
And they're actually, you know,
functional. I mean, I could see that for washers and that kind of stuff, but would it be,
yeah,
you're not
and-
going to, yeah.
you know, it's not going to totally take over, but they're working on different types of, you know, instead of just plastic, they do have different types now, and it's just getting more and more.
Yeah.
But I think you can even buy one of those small 3D printers for printing. You know, like I've seen people printing chess pieces and
Oh, okay,
all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. And I think you can buy one of those now for like $500 or
Whoa.
maybe not quite that low, but it'll be.
You take a certain kind of software or what?
Okay, so do we have something to take a? We're going to go to a video here, and,
Okay.
and then we can
Okay,
kind of
great.
cue back up with some of your.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got some more stuff that I
CES
want to
stuff.
talk about with some CES things.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready for a video?
I know. How about I say, be quiet? That means there's a firework coming.
Okay.
I know. Belong. When we hear say, shh, that means there's a firework coming.
Okay.
I know. When it goes, shh, that means there's a firework here.
Oh, okay.
I know you belong to somebody new. Let's check outside.
The fireworks are all over. But tonight,
You belong to me. Although you say,
we're apart.
although,
Okay.
although,
Although we're apart, from my heart. But tonight, you belong to me. Way down by the street, how sweet it would seem once more just to dream in the moonlight
my honey, I know
by the dawn
that you
will be gone.
What's that sound?
Airplane. But tonight you belong to me.
Just a little old me.
Way down by the street, how sweet
somebody new, and tonight you lie to me.
Just a little old me.
Okay, that really is a cute video. I'll tell you, it really is just amazing. I meant to do it with Jim last time. He's the one that pulled the video, and I wanted to go ahead and grab it to show my family as well, because that really is cute.
Okay, that was my computer making weird noises. So.
Okay, I thought it was your stomach, but all right, maybe your computer.
Well, I'm thinking about Rosie's wings.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, we all are. Okay, hey, just a couple other things about CES that I seem to notice. Just little snippets of wisdom. Looks like Yahoo had. It looks like they're trying to be less a tech company and more of a media company. They had Katie Couric on or to come out. When they have these rollouts here. So just kind of an observation is that they seem to be. I think they want to be more stronger in the stock quotes, whether it's pushing information out, which seems to be their strength, because they don't seem to be as they've fallen behind in the search engine area, and emails are still doing pretty well, but yeah, they've fallen behind in other areas. Now, the one thing I do want to talk about, and you alluded to it a little bit, was the TV technology. And
what is it? Say that again.
just the TV technology.
Oh,
Everything,
okay.
we were talking about. I mean, that's for
The smart TVs.
Yeah,
and all
for
that.
computer electronic show, they really tried to push whatever the latest is on TV. Now, you have to be a little bit careful, because every year they're always pushing the latest thing, and they pushed 3D for a long time,
Yeah.
and they've pretty much given up on pushing 3D as a reason to buy a TV, right?
Yeah, I mean, how much even 3D product is out there?
Well, that was it, right? They would say, and as the parallel is that, yeah, they would say 3D would be great, wear these goofy little glasses, and then you can go ahead and
Yeah.
watch 3D, and we have content, and we'll send out movies with content, or 3D movies to kind of get you started.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't much after that as far as the initial 3D movies. They still come out, on occasion, but
Yeah.
I do have a 3D TV, so I fell for it, but I've watched it maybe 5 times total, and 3 of them are cartoons of some sort.
Is
right?
are they still doing like football in 3D and stuff like that?
No, not anymore.
Or
I
sports,
think, and I think ESPN was the one who was doing that, and they have stopped doing that. So, however, I think there is still some 3D presentations at the show, but I believe what they're going to be doing is trying to do 3D without the glasses.
Yeah, I remember we went and I saw one that was 3D on a laptop, and it was a screen and it, it's kind of, you could see it look like 3D, but it looked like remember those old 3D printout things where you'd walk around
Right.
and the things would move, but you could tell it was still textured? That's what that looked
Yeah.
like, on your laptop. And it's like, okay, it's a
Yeah,
novelty, but
right, but that's about it, right?
Yeah.
So, right, and it seemed like any time I've seen it without the glasses, you had to be looking straight on if
Yeah.
you look over to the left
this
or right.
one you could kind of move around a little
Yeah.
bit. But
So but anyway, they're still working on that. The big push right now is for ultra high definition, right, or the 4K. And this is one that just about every, Samsung and LG and Sony and everybody
Right.
else is coming out with their own ultra high def TV. And, it's one of those things where it ends up the same thing as 3D. It's okay, you get the ultra high def, but is there any content for it? I mean, who's
Right.
actually doing high def TV? So,
well, I think The Hobbit was shot. You're going to get some films
right.
that are going to be high end, but they're, I don't even think there's so much data involved in that. You probably have to. The CDs would be like you want to watch one movie and you got 4 DVDs.
Right,
for that much
equivalent of that.
information,
And that's what they're talking about, even with the bandwidth. Now, for example, somebody like the cable company, Charter or
Right.
Comcast, they only have so much bandwidth that they can go ahead and push these things out to. So I don't think that the broadcast networks are ready yet in order to do that. It seems like the best opportunity is going to be the internet bandwidth. So, and I heard this, that Netflix is actually planning to do their next season of House of Cards in the 4K or ultra high definition. So,
Well, what I think about that, what will happen is, people who are on cable, and I've had friends who have cable, and they get home and they're surfing and watching movies. About 5 o'clock, everybody comes home, starts checking their email,
right,
and it slows way down. Now imagine you get everybody on your block. Oh, I'm going to watch an ultra high def movie. All of a sudden, it's just going to go.
That's right. Yeah, and that is what's going to happen.
Yeah, because it's just going to suck up that bandwidth.
Yeah. Now they are trying to do some things. Again, with broadcast not doing it, but even with that, Samsung has tried to line up. Who did they try and line up? I wrote it here. Comcast, DirecTV, Netflix, and Amazon to actually provide 4K content for the Samsung thing. Good luck. I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah.
And the thing is people don't realize that, okay, you had your standard def.
Right.
It was so many pixels by so many pixels. Well, they went to HD. So it's twice as many this way and twice as... So people think, oh, it only takes twice as much.
Yeah, right.
But it's actually 4 times because you're multiplying it. So now you take that ultra high resolution,
which is another...
You're going to be... all of a sudden it's going to be 8 times.
Right.
And,
it's
just going to get crazy.
Yeah, and it's going to, it's going to get either worse or better, depending. I'm sure that's what they're going to start selling now. And, the real benefit is that they're not going to sell anything probably for anything 50 or any TV 50 inches or smaller, because you shouldn't even bother. You get something smaller than like that, the difference between high def and ultra high def is almost impossible to detect. So, and even, I don't even know if you notice this, if you take a look at you have a large TV and you have a standard definition TV, if you stand a foot away from the screen, it looks crap, like really just terrible, right? It's all pixelated. So you move back about 5 feet, and it still looks pretty bad. You can see it, but you go 10, 15 feet, and you go okay, because your eye kind of adjusts. It kind of fills it in. Well, now with high definition, you can get a lot closer with the same size screen. So now 5 feet away, say, oh, it looks pretty good. If you get 1 foot away, it still looks like you can see the difference, right? So now with the 4K, I mean, I'm presuming you can get pretty close before you see anything, but who wants to sit that close to your TV? So it's just something to think about, is that if you're getting a small TV, then don't worry about the high def or ultra high def. In fact, I think most of anything below 32 inches now is only the 720p, not even the 1080. But so they're pushing the TVs, the large TVs, and of course the large TVs, I can imagine where it would make sense to go to the 4K, at least, or 80, 90 inches, 120 inches, maybe 4K would be worthwhile. Again, I don't know how that will work out. The other thing that they're pushing is this curved TV, and you alluded to it.
I didn't, the only thing I saw was that, what we talked about earlier, where you got...
Right. Well, now they're talking about actually taking the TV and kind of curve it kind of like this, so it immerses you as if you were watching an IMAX movie.
Oh, okay.
Now, again, that should be good. But you remember, you got to be right in front of it, right?
Well,
if you're standing over here in the kitchen, you're kind of looking around the curve.
Yeah, because even now I go to the movies, and they've got the really wide thing in the stadium seating. So you've got this big wide thing, and the filmmakers are taking advantage of that. So it's almost like you're watching tennis. Sometimes you're like,
yes,
look over here to follow that, and then follow it across. Instead of just looking at it, you got to.
Yeah, you got to keep following it.
Well, like we went and saw The Hobbit, and you got the battle scenes and everything, and you're just like looking all over the place, trying to follow the action.
Yeah, I just went to the movies recently, and I was in the third row.
Oh, jeez.
You're kind of.
So you're like this.
Yes, I know. Yeah, not only was it tough sideways, but it's up and down. Anyway, so they are talking about the curved TVs. Now there's still there is also the OLED TVs. Those are the
Oh, yeah.
light emitting things that even makes the TV thinner. And I heard, I haven't seen this in the CES, but I heard they're getting almost as thin. They're kind of going to like treat it as wallpaper. You know, you can just kind of plaster it onto
Just-
the wall
yeah,
and watch
just-
it. And
Well, that was like that stuff, that graphene we had talked about,
Right.
a number of nanotechnology, about where you can take, here's your tablet. Well, it's all on a thin sheet. You can roll it up, and like you said, this OLED thing, you could
yeah,
roll up your TV
That's
and
right.
take it with you.
right, but put some
Yeah.
goop behind it and plaster it up against the wall. Now, there's one thing that just kind of occurred to me, and I'll kind of put it out to our group, and again, if anybody who has any kind of comments on this, I'd like to hear about it. Is that, remember the Back to the Future 2, where when they went into the future, 30 years past 1985, which is 2015, by the way,
Yeah.
right? So 30 years past 2085, Marty McFly goes walking into his room and he says, "Oh, okay, I like to watch this show and that show and my stock price." Remember, and then things would pop up on the wall.
Oh,
Right.
right, okay.
And I just kind of think, and watch it. I'm just kind of, freebasing here, if you will. But suppose we had that kind. I haven't heard of that kind of technology. Wouldn't it be interesting to say, okay, here's one show that I would like to watch, and you have it on the big screen, right? Yeah. So here's the one show I like to watch, but I'd also like little mini tuners, as well,
Like
to
a
say that
picture kind of thing.
right, but even outside of the picture, right? So, for example, like you have 2/3 of it where you would have the picture, and then you would have maybe the 3 cable news networks and maybe a business network,
Yeah.
and or maybe you would have like the 4, ABC, NBC, CBS, in prime time, that you can just kind of watch of what's going on there, but yet you can still concentrate on the one screen. And then if you say, "Oh, I'm only interested in one screen," you kind of hit something and the full screen goes out.
Well, there is technology like that
Okay.
now, and it's been around for a while. I did a job a number of years ago, and it was on a big screen at a restaurant up at the San Francisco airport. And basically there was an interface, this device that you put in a bunch of inputs, and you could break. So what I did is they wanted to show football games.
Right.
So they had a couple setups where they could show 2 football games at once. And what I did is some flash animation that would like run along the bottom.
Okay.
And so they had different configurations, like 2 football games going on with their graphics. And then they would click it and it'd be, 3 pictures, and then it had some graphics running here advertising the restaurant. And
Okay.
so basically it was a device that was actually taking all these different inputs. You would make the layout. You want different options, and then it would feed all that image at once to the TV.
See, now it's that device that I would be interested in, and what may suck me into buying a bigger TV, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure that it's small. I mean, this was like 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Right.
So I'm sure now that they can bring it down into software.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can run multiple applications
Yeah.
on here, right? And you can put up different windows and kind of look and work on
Yeah.
one while the other ones are there. But TV right now, from what I can see, you got one screen, and maybe you have one picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
But
That would
that's
be
it.
cool. And then you just have to, which audio you want to listen to.
That's right. Yeah, you can go ahead and you switch it and you say, "Oh, look, there's something going on over here I might like to see." And so I want one of those. Wherever you get it. We need to get that. I don't understand why they don't even do that for smart TVs. But,
Yeah, that's all because I get because I went that one year, so I get the emails. Here's what's going on here. Here's what's going
okay.
and most of them I just click, click, click.
Yeah, right. Enough of that. Yeah. Anyway, so I've gone on probably much longer than I probably should have on this. So
Well, I did see one thing that's kind of cool, and of course we're expecting it, but one of the refrigerator manufacturers, they were demoing it there, is cameras inside your refrigerator. So they've got a camera that points down on the door,
boy, I don't know
one
about
in the
my
back.
stuff.
So with
Yeah,
your
yeah.
phone, if you don't remember, and I don't know who who wouldn't know, oh, do I have milk? Did I,
Yeah.
so they can go to the store and look inside the refrigerator. Oh, I'm low on ketchup. It's like,
As opposed to,
and-
that's a strange color. You know?
I mean, technology is kind of cool, but it's like, if you can't remember if you got
Yeah,
milk or whatever, either you haven't been home in a long time.
that's true. Yeah, right.
Okay.
See what's
well,
moving around.
looks like we're going to take a break here.
Oh, okay. That's it.
And we've got something queued up. But
Okay, yeah, this is the one that, again, I sent it out yesterday. It's
okay.
it's a classic about his BlackBerry won't work.
I bought something from you last week, and I'm very disappointed.
Oh, yeah? What's the problem?
Yeah, well, my BlackBerry is not working.
What's the matter? Run out of juice?
No, it's complete. I bought something from you last week, and I'm very disappointed.
Oh, yeah? What's the problem?
Yeah, well, my BlackBerry is not working.
What's the matter? Run out of juice?
No, it's completely frozen.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I'll tell you what. Let's try it on orange.
That's got a few black spots, you see.
Oh, dear, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Was there anything I can do to get my BlackBerry working?
Well, it could be an application issue. But where'd you store that BlackBerry?
It's on my desktop.
Well, you could try using a mouse to drag the BlackBerry to the trash. Then after you've done that, you might want to launch the BlackBerry from the desktop.
Well, I've already tried that a few times. I mean, all it did was mess up Windows.
Well, it might be worth waiting a couple of weeks. They got the latest BlackBerries coming in then.
Well, could you give me a date?
Certainly.
Let me put that date in my diary.
Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I've also got a problem, to be honest, with my Apple.
Oh dear, that is an old Apple, isn't it?
Yeah.
When did you buy that?
Last week.
Last week? Oh, they brought out 2 new Apples since then. What's the problem with it?
Well, I've tried to put my dongle in it, and it won't fit.
Oh, yeah. And how big's your dongle?
Well, I don't know much about these things, but my wife's seen a few dongles in her time. And she says it's a little bit on the small side.
Well, I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do about that. Tell you what, let me try booting it. No, it's crashed. Anything else I can help you with?
Well, funnily enough, yes, my grandson's birthday soon, you
yeah.
see. Now, he's already got an apple and a BlackBerry. I mean, have you got anything else that you might just like?
Well, we're doing a special offer on these. I mean, I can't make head or tail of them, but the kids seem to like them.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox. 360.
Okay, we're back. I just actually I've missed that video every time we've only played it once before, but so I can't talk about it. So I have a couple of things I found, and they're just like some trippy little Google things, and apparently the people over at Google don't have enough. They have a lot of spare time or something, so. You know, in video games, sometimes you call them an Easter egg, where you go into the video game and you can find something that's hidden and it does whatever they have to do it. Well, this one, if you go to, with different searches, they have made their browser do some funky things. So if you can switch to my my computer here, and I'm going to type in Atari Breakout. So it's got all this stuff here. So now you know you can search the web, or you can do images, maps, whatever. But if you put in Atari Breakout and click it on image, watch what it does here. So it pops up with some images, and I tested this at home, and it. So now you can play Breakout with the image layout. So I don't know how they came up with. Let's program this in, and so then you return to image search, but that's the first image as it pulls up this little program thing. So I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of these. I only wrote down 3 of them. One of them, if you type in Google in 1998, your result, go back to web, your search results go back to what it looked like in 1998. So it's still using their Google search. So that's what Google search looked like back in 98. And actually, that's what I remember when I first started using Google. That's what it looked like. Then you can go take me back to 2013, and it goes back to. Then I have one other one. These are just. I'll write down some more of these, and maybe each week I'll show a couple of them. But you can go there it is popped. Obviously, people are searching these because it's popped up. Do a barrel roll. Now watch my screen. I type in do a barrel roll. Click on it. And the Google page will do a barrel roll before it shows you the search. So I don't know what they must be having some crazy lunch breaks and up there at Google to figure out, hey, let's do this.
Do you have to install anything for that to happen?
No, it's just that's what they've programmed in. And then there's other ones that I looked at, but I didn't research it enough to figure out how to do it. You can custom do your street view. So like a couple of examples that I saw was if you go do a map search for Legoland and you click on this icon, the little yellow guy that's street view in the browser? Well, it pops up and it's a little Lego man. If you go to NASA, whatever they're launching, when it's Cape Canaveral, you can make it and pop up and it looks like a little rocket and stuff. So people are now customizing even the little street view thing. So it's I'm not sure how to do that one yet. I didn't research into it long. So okay, I'm going to jump over, and Larry's working on some stuff here, and he's over out to the side. He's got his little
little buddy here,
thing,
okay?
and I know he's working on
Well,
some things.
yeah.
We showed this before, and some of your videos you've taken with it.
Yes, that is correct. What we're looking to do, we took some videos before with having this take off, and it has with it a GoPro camera, right? So that's the little guy light enough so that you can go ahead and take off with it. And what the GoPro camera
So is this
allow you
part
to-
here new?
Yes, it is. So the camera would go ahead and write to a flash card. So I'd send it up in the air and it would
Record
go
it.
who knows what, record it, who knows what. And then it would come down and I'd take it out and then I'd take a look at it and say, oh, that was stupid, why did I take it? Do it? But anyway, so you don't really know. Well, I said, wouldn't it be nice if you could actually watch the, watch actually what it sees.
Right. That would be very cool.
So what happened is that, all right, as I go into the sink of my money, right,
Okay, right.
is that I then purchased a transmitter here, and the transmitter will what that does is it takes the output of the GoPro into the transmitter, and then it transmits down to a receiver.
So it's transmitting video.
It's transmitting video down to the receiver, and then
Now, is this something that GoPro sells, or did you kind of take different products and?
no. What happens is the main thing. Oh, for the transmitter receiver.
Yeah.
No, it was a different product that I had to do a mix and match. One of the things, and they right now, this is before they at that time didn't have this connection, but realized that they did. So now they are actually incorporating that after
That
I went and
function, so you
bought my own connector. So this is actually our first test.
So
to
the
see-
new GoPros actually have an output,
Well, no.
a
But-
video out.
But the driver here is this is DJI, which is the one who makes the quadcopter. And so
But your GoPro camera has a video out.
has a video out.
Okay.
That is correct. And so what happens, right? You have a video out. So we then have it takes the video out, which is the connector here. Goes and there's a. Okay. Thanks.
I was gonna. You got a close up on this one over here.
Oh, all right.
So
And so then it goes to, yeah.
here's the video out, and it's going up into
It's
the
going up to a
transmitter.
transmitter,
Which is
and next to the transmitter is its own battery.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So that's what's hooked into the back. So I put the Velcro on, and so right. So you got the battery transmitter hooked into the
yeah.
GoPro, and so the theory is when that takes off, then you should be able to see it. On the other side is the receiver. Okay, and the receiver takes another battery, or
okay.
you can actually hook it into a.
Can you
12
run
volt
it
thing.
off? Is that USB? Oh, it's just right over here.
So yeah, now what this does when it works, which is not what's happening right now. There you go. Okay, so now this is the receiver, and the receiver there's like 8 channels of, yeah, and just very quickly, this is the transmitter receiver is a 5.8 gigahertz
Okay.
wave, where the GoPro or the quadcopter and its controller is 2.4 gigahertz.
So you're not.
So I'm not crossing off, that I go ahead and I turn this off and then things gone.
Yeah.
So that's what we're worried about. So now, I guess the question for Jim is he should be able to take the output of that. I have it split here, so I was gonna also put it into my computer to see if we can see it.
Not getting any video yet.
No video yet. Okay. Transmitter receiver.
So essentially, it's sending.
It did flicker when you were.
It did flicker?
Not recently, but when you were turning it on and off.
All right.
Do you have to? Oh, the camera should.
It should work.
I bought something from you last week, and I'm very disappointed.
Oh, yeah? What's the problem?
Yeah, well, my BlackBerry is not working.
What's the matter? Run out of juice?
No, it's completely frozen.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I'll tell you what. Let's try it on orange.
That's got a few black spots, you see.
Oh, dear, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Was there anything I can do to get my BlackBerry working?
Well, it could be an application issue. But where'd you store that BlackBerry?
Well, it's on my desktop.
Well, you could try using a mouse to drag the BlackBerry to the trash. Then after you've done that, you might want to launch the BlackBerry from the desktop.
Well, I've already tried that a few times. I mean, all it did was mess up Windows.
Well, it might be worth waiting a couple of weeks. They got the latest BlackBerries coming in then.
Well, could you give me a date?
Certainly.
Let me put that date in my diary.
Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I've also got a problem, to be honest, with my apple.
Oh dear, that is an old apple, isn't it?
Yeah.
When did you buy that?
Last week.
Last week? Oh, they brought out 2 new apples since then. What's the problem with it?
Well, I've tried to put my dongle in it, and it won't fit.
Oh, yeah. And how big's your dongle?
Well, I don't know much about these things, but my wife's seen a few dongles in her time. And she says it's a little bit on the small side.
Well, I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do about that. Tell you what, let me try booting it. No, it's crashed. Anything else I can help you with?
Well, funnily enough, yes, my grandson's birthday soon, you
yeah.
see. Now, he's already got an apple and a blackberry. I mean, have you got anything else that you might just like?
Well, we're doing a special offer on these. I mean, I can't make head or tail of them, but the kids seem to like them.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox. 360.
One for my father-in-law for what was it, $199, and it was a $100 discount from when it was first released just 3 months prior. No more than 6 months later, my father-in-law bought me one for $99, and then after that, they just weren't available anymore because it just bombed.
Explain what that was again.
These things, they're basically what it is it's like plugging a computer into your TV. And I don't know if you realize that you could do that, but anybody can take their laptop and take the VGA out and stick it in their TV, and their TV becomes a monitor. What's cool about that is anything you do on your laptop, you can do on the TV. And that means like you can browse the internet, you can watch videos on your laptop, it goes on your TV. And that's all these devices are. The Google Logitech Review, which is what I have, which is really old. What was the Roku?
Roku.
The Roku
Yeah, that's what I
is
said.
just a computer in a box that's connected to your TV. Now the Roku has an output of either HDMI or the composite out.
Right.
But and that's all it is. Now Roku and Google Chromecast have dumbed it down so much that they limit your choices. And you know what I found? It's the limiting of choices which is what's more appealing. When you
really?
hook your computer up to the TV, you can do anything you want. So then the question is, what are you going to do? If you can watch any show in the world, any movie in the world, what do you want to watch? And that sucks.
Right.
But with Roku, okay, now you got about 10 channels to choose from. And then in those channels, you only have the shows that they have. So they've limited your selections, which makes it much more easier to decide what to do. And so my daughter has the Google Chromecast.
Right.
She's even got much smaller of a
Yeah.
selection. She can only watch HBO Go on hers.
Right. And I guess, well, it has a YouTube and Netflix
For
connection,
the
right?
Chromecast?
Yeah, I think so.
So the Chromecast, you can watch YouTube, and you can watch Netflix, yep.
Yeah.
And you can watch
Hulu
HBO
Plus.
Go and
Yeah,
Hulu,
Hulu
Plus.
Plus, yes.
All of them are paid subscriptions, which bites.
Right.
They're not. It's not free.
Yeah,
And
except for YouTube, but you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, no, I wasn't sure. I got a Chromecast for Christmas as well. But is there a way that you could hook up the browser to that? Is there one thing I thought you could?
now you're lucky. So
I'm lucky.
yeah,
Right.
Google created the Chromecast. Google also created the Droid, right?
Well, Chrome. You mean the browser Chrome?
No, Google created the Droid operating system.
Oh, the Android operating. Right.
The Android
right,
operating system. And so because of that, your phone has much more capability than I do.
Okay.
Now, the other thing is if you have a laptop, you can install a Chromecast plugin on your laptop, and then whatever you're looking at on your browser will be projected onto the screen. So
Okay.
in fact, it was hard for me to understand what was going on. Chromecast is more of a verb, where Roku is a noun. And I'll explain that one.
Okay. Yeah.
An application developer can decide, I want to create or add the plugin into the application to allow my application to be Chromecast to the TV.
Okay.
So anybody can, like any game application, when the developer's creating it, can decide to add the plugin so you can Chromecast it to the TV.
But from what I understand, though, doesn't it have to be internet related somehow? In other words, you cannot Chromecast a picture that's on your phone.
That's only because no application developer that allows you to look at pictures on your phone has programmed that in the phone.
Okay.
But there's no reason why they can't, and that's why Chromecast has so much promise. Because now that Google's released the code, you'll be able to Chromecast your videos from your phone to the TV,
Right.
your picture, anything you want, as long as the person who wrote the program included that ability.
Okay.
And the possibilities are endless.
For anybody out there, that's exactly what my wife wants to do. She said, I got these pictures, I want to put it up on this big screen TV. And otherwise, you need to do it hardwired with HDMI or
Yeah.
and a converter. So anybody who can Chromecast that out there will have one sale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
You know what? I'll actually do some research for you because I think I saw that one already exists.
Oh,
They
do you?
just
Okay.
released 10 new Chromecast applications.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that one I am excited about, but right now we're in its infancy.
Yeah.
So it's really like, oh, I wish I could do this.
Okay, well that's good because yeah, I got a Chromecast as well, so I was just wondering what it would be like, and it's kind of nice. Yeah, you can go ahead and direct everything from the phone
Yeah.
out there. So yeah, I got the Google TV as well. But are you still using that or not?
I still use it. And matter of fact, I like it a little bit more, maybe because I'm used to it, because I can
You
type on it.
Yeah.
And it's literally a keyboard. So,
Right.
which Google TV do you have? Is it called Google TV?
It is called Google TV, so it's the original one. I think it was Logitech had a version of it.
That's what I got.
And that's what you got.
Logitech.
And mine wasn't that. It was, I think, just said Google TV.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
think
okay.
they made it themselves. They manufactured themselves. They don't seem to be doing that anymore, though, right? They
No,
haven't.
no, now they're going. Now they decided that's what Google's concept was. Let's get out of the concept of building a hardware and instead build the code that anybody can write their application to Chromecast.
Okay.
So that's what it is. And all the Chromecast is a receiver for that code.
Okay.
So when you're on your phone, if the application has Chromecast, you click Chromecast my phone call. Now all you do is phone, the phone number would go up there or whatever, but
Right.
it's
right.
whatever you're seeing on your phone.
Pretty slick. Yeah. Okay. You were able to view more of the benefits of Chromecast that I was able to appreciate. So that's good. So yeah, find out that application and somebody will get their $1.99 or whatever
That's
it's going
right.
to cost to get it.
So what did you get on this?
I didn't get anything on this, so I'm going to have to try to figure out. It's acting as if the battery is dead, either on the transmitter or the receiver. So, but I did have it working, so it is one of those things where
And you don't
somewhere
even
along the line.
you don't even need the. I mean, it's really independent of the quadcopter, right?
That's correct.
So you could be testing this without the quadcopter.
Right. Yeah, I could. That is correct. Yeah, it's a transmitter receiver, the right batteries that are associated with those.
Well,
So, anyway, so that's, I guess maybe for next time, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing working so we can try to figure out.
I noticed
what
that
would
there's
you
like
do?
a little bit of a green on this.
Yeah, I don't know. I must have purchased it with the green grass stains on there already.
Yeah. No. Well, what about this blood one right? I mean, I'm sorry, red.
Yeah, right. Yes, I did. I even just in testing it out, I mean, I just ran into the roof and into trees and that kind of thing. So, oh well, that's what it's for, right? Okay, well, I think we're about ready to wrap. So again, please watch. You're going to see it repeat, hopefully, this Nerd News Now, Fridays and Mondays at 6 o'clock. And if you're watching it on Wednesday, January 8th, you're watching it live. So, okay, have a good day. We'll see you next time.